Well, good morning to everyone. Thank you for attending to today's webinar. My name is Álvaro Mocholi. I'm responsible for international sales from the company Grecom Technology, and I'm also the general manager of the company. Today, we're going to be introducing you all the different solutions, different artificial intelligence or analytics that we have for this oil and gas sector. Okay, so while people are joining, we're going to start all over. I'm going to do a very brief introduction of our company, first of all. Okay, our company was founded in 2005. As a matter of fact, we are two companies. One of them is called Engaro, and the other one is called Grecom. We are a company that is very specialized in developing real-time image analytics for thermal and thermographic cameras. That is our biggest area of expertise. Although we are also developing different solutions for day and night cameras. And then also what we do is we market different solutions that we are not planning to develop or we are not capable of developing. We also market it for third-party developers. Currently, we have over 30 different video analytics developed by ourselves. We export to 64 countries. Our biggest areas of influence are Middle East, South America, North America, and South Europe. And the key benefits or the key advantages that our company has versus some other companies that are on the market is that we can cover the full chain of value. We have our own R&D department, which is responsible for not just developing our own solutions, but also for customizing the solutions according to the project requirements. Also, we have an integration department, which is responsible for making sure that our analytics and our solutions can communicate with existing security platforms such as VMSs, access control platform, NDRs, alarm monitoring centers, and so on. The price of our licenses also includes is not just the license, also includes the setup and fine tuning. So it's a kind of like a turnkey solution. We are responsible for setting up the system and making sure that the solution is working according to the end user expectancies. And then also we have the pre-sales and after-sales department, which is responsible for supervising and solving any potential problems that might show up with the analytics. These are all the different. This is the scope of our portfolio, or this is our portfolio of solutions that we can offer. So we have 9 different areas. We have perimeter surveillance, where we have solutions for thermal imaging cameras can run server-based or embedded. Also, we have for PTC cameras, also can run server-based or embedded. Then we have the perimeter lockout, which is for day and night cameras, artificial intelligence included. And then we have the SPSA, which is a small perimeter surveillance that is for residential or industrial purposes. Tube is for tunnels, railway or road tunnels. And the LCOD, which is level cross object detection. This is a solution that we use on the railways just to detect any objects that are blocking the way of the train or it can interfere on the with the way of the train. Okay. Then we have the marine surveillance. We have the CoastGuard, which is a solution to detect the small boats or objects floating. Can work with PTC or fixed cameras. Then we have VMS, or we're on VMS. We have 2 VMSs. We have the traditional VMS, which is going to be recording 24/7, and also is going to record the events of the analytics. Or we can have the Aware, which is a VMS with artificial intelligence, which I will go more in deep later on. Also, we have the cybersecurity. We have Review, which is a data loss prevention solution. And then we have the facial recognition. We have the access control, also demographic analysis. On the automation and safety, we have the the personal protective equipment monitor, flame monitoring, transformer monitor, engine leak detection, cell monitoring. Also, we have solutions for the fire prevention, 10 threshold, which is for industrial scenarios, and Watchman, which is for wild forest. And then also we have analytics for a retail business. Here we have On-Trace. Okay, just excuse me, a little bit cold today, so hold on a minute. Okay, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna divide today's webinar in two areas. One of them is gonna be security area, the other one is gonna be automation and safety. The first area that we would like to cover is the security. The first solution that we would like to introduce you is the VMS with artificial intelligence, which is called Aware. Okay, this is a solution that is certified by the ISO 2701. It was the Red Dot winner on 2021. And what is the big difference between a VMS, traditional VMS, a VMS with artificial intelligence? A traditional VMS, basically what it does is records 24 hours, 7 days a week. And then also what it does is records or generates a database of all the events of the different analytics that are connected to that VMS. So in a way that you can manage. A VMS with artificial intelligence, besides doing what a traditional VMS does, what it also does is the same time that is recording, it is classifying the object. That means whenever it's detecting a human, it's classified as a human. Then it takes a picture of the face, so we can search by face recognition. Also, we'll classify the gender, if it's a male or if it's a female. And then also we classify the color of the clothing and the type of clothing. Okay, so all this will be done automatically. In case that there is a vehicle, it's going to record the license plate number, the color of the vehicle, the type of vehicle, and the model of the vehicle. Okay, so all that information is going to be recorded automatically. So what is the key benefit of a VMS with artificial intelligence? I think the greatest key advantage is the search tool or forensic analysis. That is, instead of going through hours and hours of recording, basically what you have to do, you just have to enter what you're looking for. You can upload an image of a person. Okay, I want you to look people which is similar to this face, and automatically the VMS is gonna download all the videos that match your search criteria. Or for example, you're looking for a specific license plate number or for a specific color of car or type of vehicle and so on. So automatically it's going to bring you all that information. Also, one of the key advantages of this VMS is that besides the tool of recording and do forensic analysis, also includes 4 different analytics into the license. You have the perimeter surveillance, face recognition, license plate recognition, and then also sound analytics. So you have, besides the interface to manage the videos, also you have 4 different analytics included into the price. So this is kind of like a bundle package in a way that you don't need to buy extra licenses or extra analytics because everything is included into the VMS license. Also, you can use this VMS for access controlled solutions. And then also you can do people tracking, always as long as that person has been within the field of view of cameras connected to the VMS. What you can do is you can figure out or you can track that person within the premises or where the system is deployed. Okay. Here will be the architecture. We have 2 options. We can either go with our own cameras. The key benefit of our own cameras is that the analytics and the recording is embedded into the camera, so you would not need any server. The cameras will be directly connected through the cloud, and you will be able to access to a real-time image, or you will be able to access to the recordings through the cloud or through any workstation or mobile device that is connected to the internet. As for the retention, we can have 30, 60, 90, and 120 days. So of course, the more retention days that you need, the more expensive the camera is. In case that you want to deploy this system on a facility that already has the cameras deployed, we can also deploy it, but you will need what we call it the cloud connector. This is a server where the analytics and the recording is being done. And then this cloud connector, you can either access through the cloud or you can access through any workstation that is connected to the same network. Okay, we have our own API. Okay, so in case that you want to manage the videos and everything, we have our own interface or API. Okay, or you can integrate it with existing security platforms. Okay, now I'm gonna put you a video of how the search tool works.
Welcome to AvoWare. Today we're going to cover search. Search is a tool that allows us to search for specific events that may have occurred across one or multiple cameras. This allows us to search for things like the appearance of a person or a vehicle, a line cross event where a vehicle or person has crossed a specific virtual line that we've drawn, loitering events where a person or a vehicle may have been stationary for too long in one place, indicating something like an idling vehicle that may be outside of a loading dock or outside of an airport, or a person that may just be acting suspiciously in an area that they should not be. We can also alert on sound detection, and this leverages the onboard sound detection in our AvoWare cameras that can detect things like glass breaks, loud noises, smoke alarms, and many more audio models that are being added with each release. So, for example, if we were to create a line cross search, what we can do is we can choose what kind of objects we want to search for. We can stick with any or go down to a specific person. This person can be specified based on gender or based on the attire that they're wearing in the top or the lower quadrant of their body, and you can combine both colors as well, looking for people in uniforms or based on a description that was given by a third party. We can also leverage an image. If someone has captured a cell phone image of this person or vehicle, we can upload that in order to do a search based on these detections. Then we can choose where we want to do this detection. So this detection can take place, for example, on a camera in a parking lot. It could also happen inside of a building. So if we were looking for people that may have been in front of a register, we can choose one or multiple cameras and then choose the line that we want these objects to be crossing in order to qualify for the detection. We can choose the direction of travel of this object. And in the case of something like a convenience store, if we're just looking for anyone that is walking out, as this person just did in this example, we can unclick the entering direction so that we're only looking for the direction of travel out the door. And then we can choose the time period that we're searching for. This can be anywhere from specific minutes down to a block of time that may be days or hours. And in our case, when we're just looking for the last 30 minutes worth of search, we're presented with all of the events that correspond to our search criteria. So in our case, we're looking for people that are exiting. And if I highlight over that video, we're going to see the people that are exiting. I can click into this video to see it in greater detail. This will allow me to see not only the event that occurred, but the object within our floor plan as that user exits this building. I can then click to act on that activity. But we can also see in our parking lot as a person was crossing that virtual line that we created. So this allows us to very quickly get to the events that matter to us and then act on them. These different video clips that we have captured here can then be exported. So we can take the relevant information by clicking the plus, and we can choose to share or save. So we can export this as an MP4. We can share this as a publicly accessible link. We can bookmark it so that these video clips do not get deleted by typical retention. And of course, we can also do similarity searches if we want to look for people that are similar to the objects that have been detected in these environments. Now, you're also presented with the ability to create a rule. We have a whole nother section dedicated to creating rules based off of searches as well as other parameters. I implore you to check that out.
Okay. Now we're gonna move on. We're gonna go to the next solution, which is the face recognition for access control. This is a solution that we can guarantee a 99.87% of accuracy without face mask and 98.6% of accuracy with face mask. Okay, we have our own API and SDK in case that we need to integrate it with an existing platform. It's compatible with all the operating systems: Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, and iOS. Follows all the privacy regulations. Okay, it's flexible, can work on premise, cloud, or hybrid, and then is one of the lowest processing requirements solutions available on the market. So usually we save on average about 20% or 1/5 versus competing solutions. This will be the test that we did with the NIST. And as you can see on the upper right corner, you can see that our solution is the one that less processing requirements need, and then also one of the fastest detection. Okay, and then the minimum for the NIST, the minimum accuracy required in order to pass the test was 0.0285, and in our case we achieved 0.0027. So we exceeded, we well exceeded the requirement. Here, what we do is we have this device, which is called Scan. This is about 11 centimeters by 11 centimeters. And there is a kind of like a turnkey solution. It includes a 3D camera, a microphone, a speaker, an infrared lighting, and a camera or a screen. What are the key benefits? I mean, you can have up to 20,000 people on the database of each one of these devices. It can work, you can deploy it indoors or outdoors. It is compatible with OSDP and WGAN, so it's compatible with all the main access control platforms. Can detect tailgating, so in case that someone is trying to access right behind the person that is authorized, the system will be able to recognize if someone that is not authorized enter the facilities. The rollback, you can either do it on a workstation or you can do it through a mobile device, always as long as it's connected to the same network. Okay, and then also has the anti-spoofing solution. That means that if someone is trying to supplant the identity of that person with a picture, with an image, with a video, the system, thanks to the 3D camera, is going to be able to distinguish between a real face and a non-real face. So this is a very accurate solution, as we say before, 99.8% of accuracy, and it is very fast. I mean, pretty much you can have access control between 30 to 40 people per minute. So it is a very fast access control solution. Okay. What can we do with this solution? From the monitoring point of view, we can do mass detection, social distances, audience management, congestion prediction, suspect detection, people counting, activity monitoring. That means if people are like surrounding on a specific area, direction analysis, who's coming in, who's coming out, contactless, then multi-factor authentication. You can also use it with QR code in case that you don't want to use the face because of privacy regulations. You can also use it with a QR code. From the facial recognition, you have access control, VIP recognition, subscription, and activation of new customers. So this is very efficient way for new visits or new visits that come into the facilities. Recognition of suspects and liveness and anti-spoofing. So as we say before, you can distinguish between a real and a non-real face. And then from the analytics point of view, you can do demographic analysis. So you can classify all the people that enter by gender, by age, by facial expression. You can also have heat maps, queuing time, dwell time. So that is how much time people spend inside the premise on average. And then occupation panels, you can see exactly what is the people inside by age, by gender, by if they're wearing face masks, and so on. So here I'm going to show you a video of how this scan device works.
Introducing SaferScan, the first full-featured intelligent biometric access control edge solution priced for broad-based applications. SaferScan is fast and touchless to expedite safe pedestrian traffic. And SaferScan works as well in outdoor locations as it does inside, even in challenging lighting conditions. SaferScan's advanced algorithms and 3D liveness ensure accurate identification and authorized access, while unknown individuals will be rejected, and real-time alerts are automatically issued if tailgating is detected. Management reports capture every entry for audit and compliance reviews. A self-contained PoE solution, SaferScan is also fast and easy to install.
As you can see here,
Plus, SaferScan works with leading access control platforms. High-performance biometric access control made affordable.
Into the interface. It's very easy to connect
Only
it.
with SaferScan.
It's just a PoE cable connection. Okay, and then as you can see here, fully encrypted data or base facial characteristics and authenticate up to, I will say, 30 to 40 people per minute, and you can guarantee 99.8, almost 99.9 of accuracy. Now we're gonna go to the perimeter surveillance solution, which is the perimeter lockout. This solution can work with thermal or day and night cameras. Has multiple detection rules: intrusion, line crossing, prowling, and abandoned object. Automatically auto-classify humans and vehicles, and does not discriminate animals, vegetation, light changes, shadow, raindrops, and so on. It's compatible with all the IP cameras and is integrated with Milestone, and also can be integrated with Genetec, Pelco, and Vigilon. Okay, here I'm going to show you a video of how this solution works. So here, as you can see, it's detecting the human, but the dog is not being detected, so we can discriminate those. Does not generate alarms by light changes. Does not generate false alarms by raindrops on the lens or by insects on the lens or camera movement. And then here I'm gonna show you another video. This is with the Sentinel with the thermal imaging camera. And as you can see, the center image is very shaky due to the wind, and it still does not generate false alarms by the movement of the camera. And the other ones that you can see that is very low contrast, and still we can detect it. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the next solution, which is the CoastGuard. This is a solution to detect large and small vessels or floating objects. We usually use this solution on ports, offshore platforms, or also on anchor areas. So basically, this has a very large detection range. Minimum target size will be 2 pixels. We can guarantee a rate of false alarms between 2 to 5. Does not generate false alarms by the waves. Okay, has multiple detection rules such as line crossing, presence, or prowling. And then also the alarm, we can position the objects on GPS coordinates, so we can position on the same map as the radar. We can integrate the solution with an existing radar system. So on the one map, you can visualize the alarms or the detections that the thermal imaging cameras is doing, and also the radar. It is integrated with all the main VMSs: Milestone, Genetec, Axis Camera Station, Pelco, Avigilon, Goitebrook, EDIS, Cathesix, Latitude, Chameleon. So all the main VMSs is integrated with. Here I'm gonna show you a video how this solution works. Let me move it forward so you know how this. So here you can see that there is 3 vessels. There is reflection waves, still does not trigger alarms. And then what we do is we figure out the GPS coordinates of all these 3 boats, and then we send it to the PTC camera. So as you can see, we are constantly aiming those objects, and then depending on how far or how close those objects are from the camera, we give more zoom or less zoom. But as you can see, always the target is on the center of the image. Okay. Now we're going to move into the safety area. Okay, the first solution that we would like to do is the flame. I would like to explain is the flame monitor. This is a solution that runs embedded into the axis cameras, the thermal or radiometric cameras, either one of them, and it can also work on server base. Okay, basically with this solution, what we do is we are monitoring the flame of the stacks of the oil and gas fields, and then we guarantee that the flame is on, the flare is on, and also we are detecting when the stack is venting gas into the atmosphere. Okay. Also, we can monitor the flame size and intensity, and then also we can we have like different torch status like ignition, venting, or extinction. Okay. As we say that it can run embedded. You can have a video wall with multi-camera viewer with alarm status and overlay display on real time. Unified configuration interface for all the connected cameras. The dashboard or the dashboard runs embedded also into the camera. So, you will not need, in case that you use axis cameras, you would not need an extra server or device. Okay, and it's very easy, it's very friendly, and it's very easy to work with. Okay. Also, one of the solutions that we're going to be working on is the transformer or substation monitoring. This is a solution that what we do is we're monitoring all the key component on substations, so we can anticipate or we can predict whenever there is going to be a failure on any of the key components. Okay, so what we do is we monitoring the switches, the gears, the transformers, the batteries, the isolators. So whenever we see that one of them is overheating, what we do is we mark it, and then we trigger the alarm of overheating. Also, what we do is, in order to overcome the atmospheric conditions, what we do is we compare similar components with each other. So, for example, imagine that we are in a substation and there is 3 or 4 transformers. So what we do is we compare the temperature of all those key components simultaneously on the same performance conditions and on the same atmospheric conditions. So we will be able to do a real comparison on similar conditions, so we can detect or visualize which one of those components is overheating versus the other ones. This solution can run also embedded into the access cameras, or it can work server-based. It's available with fixed or PTC cameras, and also has the functionality of simultaneous radiation and distance configuration. So that means, depending on how far the object is from the camera, what we can do is we can correct the temperature measurement in a way that we can have an accurate reading of the temperature. Okay, as you know, the temperature dissipates with the space. The farther the object is from the camera, the less accurate will be the reading of the temperature from the camera. So what we do is, based on the distance, what we do is we correct it. Also, we have the temp threshold, which is a solution for fire detection. This is being done with thermographic cameras. So far, this solution runs server-based, and then we usually use these solutions on biomass, dump, oil and gas, chemical plants, and recycling. So it has multiple detection profiles running simultaneously, has critical real-time reporting and logging, can work with fixed or PTC cameras, can generate summary and event report. And then also you can, whenever we do the recordings, we do it with the or with a raw string. That means that you will be able to move the mouse through the image and you will be able to identify pixel by pixel what is the exact temperature of each one of those pixels. You can do image adjustments. So what we do is we adjust the image according to the region of interest. So in case that there is overheating objects outside the region or there is very cold objects, will not interfere on the contrast of the image. We have our own temperature color palette. Okay, you have an intuitive mass design detector editor, simultaneous temperature and time frame analysis. You have Boolean logic functions. You can work offline, and it's compatible with all the VMSs available on the market: Milestone, Genetec, Pelco, Vigilon, Edix, Cathesix, Latitude, Chameleon, pretty much Goitebrook. So you can work with all the main VMSs. Here I'm just going to show you a video how the fire detection works. Okay, we're going to move to the last solution, which is the personal protective equipment monitor. So here with this solution, basically what we do is we are monitoring all the employees before they enter into the facility and guarantee that all of them are wearing the right equipment, such as helmets, protective glasses, ear protection, reflective vests, uniforms, protective boots, gloves, and so on. Okay, in case that we want to monitor the full body, we will need 3 cameras, one for the head, another one for the protective for the back, another one for the boot. Excuse me. So we can guarantee on helmet 98% of accuracy, reflective vest 98, protective gloves 98, protective boots 90, safety glasses 90, and ear protection 95. Okay, we have our own device for the access control. So this the cameras will be deployed inside this device, and so you will not need to deploy that separately. And then in case that you want to monitor the people within the working premises, you can also do it, but you will need a server. So in this case, we have 3 devices. This is for just 1 camera. This is for 3 cameras. And this server can support up to 30 different cameras. Okay. So the personal protective equipment detection continuously in real time, so it's monitoring in real time continuously, and it allows to detect helmet and vest, gloves, and so on. So we have our own APIs, so you will be able to also to monitor. Okay, so here basically you can see that we are monitoring on the work area and guarantee that the personnel are wearing the right equipment. And also we have another solution that we can do it with mobile devices. So here, this is tracking the people within the facilities. So what we do is we use portable or stickers. So meanwhile, the people are inside the premise, we can track it down, we can know exactly their position. So we can do geofencing and alarm system. And then in case of an emergency, we can know exactly where each one of the employees are, where we're located on before just alarm. Also, this solution can work for asset tracking. So in case there is heavy machinery or key equipment, so we can also track it down. And that also can be done for logistics. So we can track down material or tools inside the working area. Okay, so the key benefits of using this is mitigate risk, also boost employee wellness and increase productivity. Okay, so these are the key benefits of using personal protective equipment solutions. Here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you a few success cases or case studies. So for example, with the defense or law enforcement, we use with the NATO headquarters, with the access control, with the FBI, we have deployed the data loss prevention solution. With the Saudi Arabia Royal Air Force, we are responsible for monitoring all their facilities, perimeter surveillance. With the Spanish Army, Air Force, and Navy, also we do all their bases. We do the perimeter surveillance. On the oil and gas, we work with Saudi Aramco. We have been certified as the preferred solution embedded into access cameras. Also, we work with Repsol. We have done some solutions for safety and monitoring. With TEPSA, we do the perimeter surveillance of all their facilities. With Basra, we do the flame monitoring. This is a company, this is a field in Iraq. With Endesa and Enagas, we also do perimeter surveillance and marine surveillance on their ports. Okay. And then also here with we have different references or different projects with renewable energy, critical infrastructures, Madrid International Airport, Trillo nuclear plant, which is based in Spain, Valencia Port, which is the largest port in the Mediterranean by container traffic, Al Wahba Palace, which is in Qatar, Port of Les Soes, which is in Oporto, telecommunications, we work with companies such as AT&T in the US, Etisalat of the Emirates, Telefonica in Spain and South America, Facebook in the US, Hitachi Vantara in the US. So this will be all the different solutions that we can offer you. Okay, hold on. Before I jump into the conclusion, these are some distribution agreements that we will have with. We work with Anixter, with ADI. Also, we work with Tech Data, Ingram, Micro, Mobius. Recently, also, we have signed an agreement in the Middle East. And then we work with all the main system integrators or installers like Prosegur G4S, Thales, Indra, AT&T, Stanley, Securitas, Eulen, and so on. So this will be all the different solutions that we can offer for the oil and gas sector. Here you have my contact details. You have my mobile telephone number, so you can call me directly, or you have the email address. And then in case that you want to request a demo, you can do it. You can either write to me directly, or you can do it through the website. And then also remember that the licenses includes the setup and fine tuning. So this is kind of like a turnkey solution. And also the licenses can be perpetual or can be on their subscription model. So in case that you guys have any questions, you can activate your chat, or you can activate your microphone, and I will be very happy to answer as many questions as you guys have. So please, in case you have one, please go ahead. Hello.
Hey, Lars, can you hear me now?
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm just asking about that. I checked your website and I saw the different company you are integrated with their cameras. And then it's depends on some models, or you can integrate all models, or how can you choose these cameras when you want to integrate it?
Okay, on
Thanks.
the thermal imaging cameras, we have two solutions. We have two options to have two levels of integration. We have the basic integration level, which is the RTSP stream. So basically, what the camera is viewing, we are analyzing. So we just taking the stream directly from the camera. And then we have the second level of integration, which basically what we do is we control the sensor. So what we do is we control the image contrast based on the region of interest. So for instance, imagine that you are in a facility and there is some areas that are very hot or some areas that are very cold, and will interfere on the contrast, because what the thermal cameras, what they do is they take the maximum and the minimum temperature, and based on that, what they do is they give a scale of grays or a scale of color, a palette of colors. Okay, so what we do is we adjust the image according to the region of interest. We are able to achieve this second level of integration, or the advanced integration level, with Axis, with FLIR, with Bobotics, and with Hanwha. Okay, so we can work with any camera available on the market. And then depending on how critical the project is, we will recommend you to go with one of the cameras that we are highly integrated or level 2 integration with. As for day and night cameras, always as long as it's an IP camera and it is a high definition camera, we can work with any camera.
Another question that can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Another question about this. As you know, it's the sector is starting with these solutions on the cameras. They would like to make on that, and then some solutions on the VMS or servers. Your solution is depends on the cameras which you are using, just on server or on VMS or just on the cameras.
Well, it can work. It can work either way. Either way, it can run on server base or it can run on embedded. In case that runs embedded, our solutions run embedded into axis cameras and into Hanwha cameras so far, and the Hua also runs embedded. For example, with robotics, we are not embedded yet. With Hikvision, we are not embedded yet. Then Pelco, Avigilon, FLIR, we are also not embedded yet. Bosch, we are not embedded, but pretty much the rest. I mean, Axis, as I would say, Axis, Hanwha, and Dahua, we can run embedded our solutions into. Not all of them, but most of them.
Thank you.
More questions that you might have here? Okay, in case that you guys don't have any more questions, once again, I would like to thank you for attending to today's webinar. As we say here, you have my contact details. I'm going to leave it this screen, so in case that you want to get in touch with me, feel free to do so. And then on the upcoming days, we will be sending you a copy of the video of this webinar and also a copy of the presentation. So in case that you want to review it or you want to share with any of your staff. And then, okay, well, once again, thank you very much. And then let's keep in touch. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.